And then this water will be at a lower temperature. So you will have to add fresh water at 35.35 tons at 20 degrees Celsius. And the water will be recycled after this, again at the same temperature of 45 degrees Celsius. Now this is the basic flow diagram, which is a control chart which we made for this particular process to make it automatic, because it is not possible to do it humanly possible to maintain that temperature, because for temperature has to be automatically controlled. And then we have made this particular flow diagram for this. Now I think I already described to you earlier, but I will briefly go through. The water tank is filled with fresh water at the rate of 1.3 kiloliter per ton of paddy. The water level is maintained and the soaking water in tanks is heated to the temperature by system of steam injection. The heated temperature is controlled by a PLC. After soaking operation, the wastewater is discharged at the rate of 0.95 kiloliter per ton of paddy in the water storage tank. The solid impurities in the discharge are allowed to settle down at 1 to 2% of water from the bottom of the storage tank is removed to remove the solid sediments. The fresh water at 0.35 kiloliter is again added. The operation is automatically and accurately accomplished by EPS. The recycled water is heated to a specific temperature by steam injection for pasteurization of water mass. You see, in our process, the rice millers don't use a particular soaking temperature. It depends on the paddy variety, the type of variety. Some people want to produce dark color rice, some people want to produce light color rice. Now it depends on what temperature we should soak. Therefore, the temperature basically is controlled automatically by the rice miller. He can put a temperature, set a temperature on the PLC, and that particular temperature of soaking will be maintained. Water may be stored for several days without deterioration, provided the water temperature is maintained at and above the pasteurization temperature, which normally we see is about 40 degrees Celsius. Below 40 degree, treatment destroys or inactivate microorganisms, no discoloration or fisting flavor of the product. These samples were tested by the TUV to know any contamination of the product has taken place or not. So I will show you in a brief summary. Here it is. This is in fresh water, the coliform count was less than 3, aerobic mesophilic was less, fecal coliform was less than 3. So less than 3 means it is not negligible. So it is shown in different circulation. There is a balance of the water pH. The process is completely green, no additive or chemical added. Process fully automatic and user friendly. Well, I think this is the process which has been developed for the rice mill. I am not sure whether it will be useful for other industry, but as far as we are concerned, the rice milling, we have to heat the water first and then again discharge it at a hot condition. So for this particular rice milling parboiling process, this particular process we would like to implement.
This esteemed personalities on the dais, gentlemen and ladies. A very good afternoon to all of you. Today in this Bengal Chamber of Commerce, they have organized this seminar on ecological sustainability, and here I have to present a case study of emission and sustainability. So what we are doing in our plant, that I will tell you in brief. Before going, just let us see what is development, because ultimately what we want is the development of ourselves, of the industries, of the nation. So development is the improvement in quality of life through human welfare, social well-being, satisfying the population's needs and wants. Now this is development, but what is sustainable development? The development that meets the needs of the present without compromising the ability of the future generation to meet their own needs. हम डेवलपमेंट करते रहेंगे, लेकिन ऐसे डेवलपमेंट करेंगे कि जिसमें फ्यूचर जनरेशन का कोई खराबी ना हो, उसका भी डेवलपमेंट हो, तो उसी को बोलते हैं सस्टेनेबल डेवलपमेंट. हम जो भी डेवलपमेंट करेंगे उसमें और कुछ खराबी नहीं आएगा एनवायरनमेंट को या तो फिजिकली केमिकली. So with this in the hindsight, now I will tell about the environment management towards sustainable development that is being practiced in NSPCL Durgapur. NSPCL, that is NTPC Shell Power Company Limited, it is 50-50 joint venture of NTPC and Shell. It was formed in 2001. The present capacity is 840 megawatt. It is a small company, where Bhila is having 574 megawatts, Durgapur and Rourkela 120 megawatt each. And we are having some ongoing projects, 250 megawatt, 1 unit in Rourkela and 2 units of 20 megawatt in Durgapur. Our vision, the vision of our company is to be a sustainable, reliable and efficient power producer, delivering consistent value to the stakeholders. The core values that we call spirit, the first comes S, which itself speaks of safety and environment sustainability. So from here we can see what importance our company is giving to environment sustainability. Now NSPCL Durgapur, it is 9001, 14001 and 18001 certified company, and with the latest versions, and it is also 5S certified plant. Here we are having 2 units of 60 megawatt. They are very old units, 30 years, more than 30 years. As you can see, date of synchronization was in 87 and 88 of both the units. But till now, after 2001, we have been maintaining it very nicely with an average of 95% plant load factor each year. Year by year, it is not coming down. Our company is having an environment policy. NSPCL is committed to meeting the expectations of stakeholders in an environmentally sustainable manner. Environmental sustainability is achieved by minimizing utilization of natural resources, recycling and effective waste management through continual process improvement. Now, our plant is also having an integrated management system policy, that is IMS policy, where it is further optimized combustion through balance of primary air and fuel flow to the burners, control of secondary air, then burner tilt, lower excess air and boiler cleanliness. Now, just to talk about the effluent discharge, we are having an utilizing P30M plant to control the PS. Drains are fitted with gratings and buffer pits to arrest the solid material carried away by the storm water. We are having a central oil processing unit where lube oil drains of all major equipments are connected to central oil purification unit to avoid the oil spillage into the drains. Now, in power plant, hazardous waste is produced in the form of used lube oil, then spent resins. The used lube oil is regularly given to a registered recycler. As you can see, one hazardous waste storage shed is there, where the spent resins and used lube wells are stored properly. Then spent resin is in the process of disposal to Messrs. West Bengal Waste Management Limited, Haldia, which is an approved recycler of West Bengal Pollution Control Board. We are also having one 100 kilowatt peak solar power plant on our PM plant roof. And now, as I told earlier, 20 megawatt, 2 units of 20 megawatt, they are coming up. And as Dr. Maithra was saying, in fact, we are going to make solar plants on all major rooftops, then rainwater harvesting and plantation, all those things are being taken care of. Now coming to fly ash utilization. We are having a dry ash extraction and transportation plant having 2 silos of 400 cubic meter each in operation, through which dry fly ash is always disposed, so that the load to the ash pond is minimized. Around 80% of ash becomes fly ash, and that we are using through this dry ash extraction and transportation plant. We are also having a very small ash brick plant, where also some ash is utilized for making bricks. Pond ash utilization, the ash which is already in the pond, around 250,000 metric ton of pond ash we have transported to National Highway 2 in a span of around 2 years, that too free of cost. And we have also used 15,000 tons of pond ash for the Pradhan Mantri Gram Sadak Yojana in West Bengal, Bardhaman district. Around 5,000 tons of pond ash will be replaced within a month recommendations, so that our plant will be plastic free by end of 2019. Now here the heads of departments, all the senior executives, there is a allocation competition about how to reduce the plastic emission. Then we also advertised in the newspapers, and there were a series of discussions with our agencies, our laborers and our employees about how to curtail the use of plastic. We also organized one mass plastic litter removal program. We also did one ash replacement workshop some 2 years back here. Tree plantation. Last year we took up one program called One Employee, One Tree. Each employee has a tree to his or her name in our plant. So finally I can say this much, that industrial growth cannot be checked. However, the judicious use of natural resources will help in development of the present generation and sustain the environment for next generation. Thank you.
So that I can reach to you and I can. Okay, very good afternoon to everybody. It is my proud privilege to be with you, at least in this midst, when
Sir, 1 minute, sir. I'll take 1 minute. Because Mr. Panda.
Give the memento to Mr. Panda. Thank you for his time.
project. Then Mr. Ranjan Kozar, my very good friend, and I am also thankful to BCCI for giving me this opportunity to interact with the industry people. We are academicians, but we have rarely given the chance to interact with the industry people, because as and when we are dealing with the students, we want that these students must get some opportunity to visit to the university as well as visit to the industry. So industry and institute have a collaborative projects that will help both ways, because what you are doing we know, but what the assessment you require, that will be assisted by the university people. Our students are equipped in this way So if anybody of you, from your industrial perspective, if you want any sort of help regarding your air quality monitoring, water quality monitoring, soil testing, and some gaseous emissions, even in the heavy metals at PPB level, we have got this opportunity. So this is my humble submission before all of you. Now, if I start with this air pollution, sir, I think, if I think, I will pollute. I think, therefore I pollute. We are all succumb in the ocean of pollution. If you say air pollution is too bad to love, but too good to live, therefore let's change it. My predecessor have given the opportunity to make a change. The sustainability should be changed if we think in this way, as and when we can establish the monitoring system to make over the whatever it is, air pollution, water pollution or soil pollution. As per records, there are 2,12,120 factories or industries in our country, that means in India. As per ASI, Annual Survey Industry Records Factory Act 1948. 152 to 168 million tons of carbon dioxide is emitted, including greenhouse gases, by these factories. 1/5 of the large industries or industrial country, they are contributing the greenhouse gases, which is 63%. Don't think that the India being per person gaseous emission of carbon dioxide is less, which is 1.70 million metric ton. But if you say the country as a whole is the third largest producer after China and USA. The world ranking percentage of global emission is 25.25 by China, 16.95 by USA, and 6.7 by India. So this is the status of our global warming carbon dioxide emission. Actually, the problem is that, first of all, we are raising the dust. Then we say, oh, আমি তো কিছু দেখতে পাচ্ছি না. This is by Bishop Buckley. Sir, the pollution, what we are calling today, it is not the new thing. If you see the 400 BC, Plato told, yes, pollution is everywhere. If you go to the other side of it, everything in this, every or all substance in this world is poisonous. Once again, every substance or all substances in this world is poisonous. The dose, that means the amount, will differentiate which one is remedy, which one is poisonous. That is the drug you are taking. It is in one hand poisonous. When it is therapeutic, it is good to you. It was told by Paracelsus, the father of toxicology, the father of pollutants. Let us see what happened during these days when we are crossing regarding pollution. Next please.